Welcome everyone, wishing all of you and your family and friends happy Ugadi. So I hope you had a good time with the festivals. So let's continue. So far we have done some of the aspect of technical trainings in terms of MS Word and MS PowerPoint. We are doing all this as a part of foundation course. The foundation course is primarily aimed at providing certain skills what that the companies are looking for. So foundation course has been introduced for bachelor's degree across all the streams. This is for all the streams to impart essential knowledge and skills that are critical in today's dynamic world. The course is designed to help students attain required skills in the areas of human values and professional ethics, environmental studies, information technology, communication and soft skills, analytical skills, entrepreneurship skills and leadership skills. But we'll be speaking only about second and the fourth semester. So even though the course index talks about 7 key essentials, which is this, the 7 key essentials, spread across all the semesters, the scope of learning through online platform is second and fourth semester only. So in second semester, we're going to learn information technology as unit 1 and communication skills and soft skills as unit 2. For fourth semester, we have communication and soft skills, analytical skills, entrepreneurship skills and leadership skills. Fourth semester is already done. We are talking about second semester right now. So in second semester, which is foundation course number 3 with a duration of 30 hours, unit 1 and 2 will be basics of computers. This is done. Unit 3 is MS Word. I have finished it. Unit 4 is PowerPoint, which was concluded on Tuesday. And today we will speak about MS Excel, which is unit number 5. If we switch over to the second semester foundation course number 4, this we will begin on Monday, where we'll talk about vocabulary building, grammar part 1 and part 2, which is unit 2 and 3, listening skills as unit number 4 and reading skills as unit number 5. Foundation course number 7, which is in-depth communication and soft skills, where we talk about soft skills, paragraph writing, paraphrasing and summarizing, letter writing and resume writing and cover letter. This is also done. You may find the videos on YouTube. And foundation course number 8, this is also completed. We are doing a refresher right now in terms of analytical skills, where we talk about data analysis, sequence and series, arithmetic ability, quantitative aptitude and business computations. Course number 9 under fourth semester, entrepreneurship skills, this is also completed. The reason I'm talking about all this again, so that you know what has been completed in the past. Entrepreneurship, idea generation and opportunity assessment, project formulation and appraisal, institution supporting small business enterprises, government policy and taxation, and the last one, foundation course number 10, we spoke about organization and management, behavioral concepts, interpersonal behavior, group dynamics and team building. Now that we are talking about second semester, I'm going to speak about this unit number 5, which is MS Excel. So Word and PowerPoint is done. Whatever questions you have, you can post your questions on the YouTube message board, whichever session you want to ask a question about. Please make use of this platform. Please make use of this facility where you ask relevant questions, okay? Because we have put together the entire program only for your benefit. Companies do look for these skills when you go for interviews. So you should be practicing. If you do not understand something, please do post your questions. I will take a look and I will provide the answer in my live session, as well as I will post my response on the YouTube message board. All right. So let's begin. Today we're going to speak about MS Excel, which is part of second semester foundation course number 3 and unit number 5. Unit number 3 was Word, unit number 4 was PowerPoint, and now we are talking about unit number 5. So let's begin. So Microsoft Excel, we will primarily speak about 2007 version. This is a part of the MS Office suite. So let's understand what is an Excel. It's the world's most widely used spreadsheet program and a part of Microsoft Office suite. Excel's forte, of course, is performing numerical calculations, but Excel is also very useful for non-numerical applications. What do we mean by non-numerical application? For example, if you want to give any information which does not have any numericals, if you give an information which is about analytics, if you want to show an information about graphs or trends, you can use Excel. Excel is used pretty much each and every organization, each and every professional sometimes somehow does use Excel, because we all know that in terms of the entire MS Office suite, MS Excel is the most powerful application. All right. So let's take a look in terms of what are the uses of Excel. Number crunching, creating budgets, analyze survey results, and perform just about any type of financial analysis you can think of. Creating charts, create a wide variety of high customizable charts. Organizing lists, use the row and column layout to store list efficiently. Accessing other data, where you import data from a wide variety of sources. Creating graphics and diagrams, use Shape and New SmartArt to create professional looking diagrams. Automating complex tasks, perform a tedious task with a single mouse click with Excel's macro capabilities. Now, what are the features? Now, you don't have to really pay attention to Excel 2007, which is mentioned in the top. This is pretty much common across all the Excel versions except the very old ones. A database list, you can create a database in Excel, you can create a worksheet in Excel, you can create charts and graphs in Excel. There are various types of charts and diagrams that you can create. Now that I'm talking about chart, I just want to give you a quick insight as to what are the various types. Now we will do that. Let's look at the features first. Capabilities and limitations. Now these are the worksheets that you open, and by default it opens 3 worksheets only, and you can create 256 worksheets. All right. In terms of columns, you can create 16,384 columns. That's a lot. And in terms of rows, you can create 1,48,576 rows. Okay. Now, opening Excel, how do we open Excel? So I can click on the start button, and there you see I have Excel here. So let me minimize everything. So I click on the start button and I can open Excel from here. Okay. Or I can type Excel and say enter, and it will open up. So this is how my entire Excel spreadsheet looks like. Okay. Each one of it is a spreadsheet. By default it will open 3 sheets. The reason you see only one sheet right now, that is because I have customized it. I want only one sheet at a time, but otherwise it will open 3 sheets. How do you so you can you see this in the bottom. Okay, this is sheet number 1. So likewise I can keep adding. I just have to click here and I can create more sheets. Likewise I can create 256 sheets. This is the entire row and this is the column. So how many rows can I create? I just told you 1,048,576, 1,48,576. How many columns can I create it? 1, 2, 3. So let me put. So I can just keep on going on like this, and like I just showed you, 16,384 columns is what I can create. All right. Single file can have multiple worksheets. Please do remember, I can have different data showing up on different worksheets. All right. Now just to give you a quick insight as to various kind of graphs that I can create. I will do that in depth, don't worry about it. Let me just put across some data so that I can use it as graph. And I'm just putting together certain score. Okay, so let me zoom it a bit. I'm just going a little random way just to tell you how powerful Excel is, but I will definitely do that in detail. All right, so I can either enter the score as a direct percentage, or I can have Excel calculate the percentage. Say for example, the score is 55. This person has scored 74, 65. I'm just entering some random number, okay? Now, if I'm assuming that the scores are on a scale of 100, I can have a straightforward calculation. This is 55%, 74%, 65%. But what if the score is on a scale of 1 to 80? Okay. Now, I want Excel to tell me what is the percentage. So, this is the score and I want Excel to calculate the percentage. So, I can simply enter a formula. I just did couple of operations and now it's giving me the entire score in terms of percentage. Okay. So, basically this score is on a scale of 80. If it's 100, obviously this will be a direct percentage. So, the Excel has itself calculated it. Clear? Now, I want to put a graph around it. So, I will select these two because obviously I want to show the percentage. I will select these two data points and I will say column diagram because I want to show it as a column. And this is my entire graph. Whatever changes I do on the data point, it will immediately show on the graph. For example, if I change this name to Richard, immediately it will pick up. Okay. Now, this is one type of diagram. Without doing much, I want to change the diagram itself. So, see, the diagram has changed. It's more of a 3D effect. Here this is more of a graph. I can have a cone design. I can change it to whatever I want. That is how powerful Excel is. I can make it a 3D diagram as well. You see this? So, just by a click of button, I can change the entire look and feel of the entire graph. I can also customize the graph the way I want it. I will tell you all this in detail, don't worry about it. I am just trying to show you how powerful Excel is. So, if I do not really want this particular legend which shows the percentages, I can click here and I can delete the lines as well. So, I deleted the line. Okay. Now, all these I do not really know what is the score of John, Mary, Jack, Jill and Tom. So, I can right click and I can say data labels. Now, I know what is the score, individual score. Okay. Now if I want to add another score, okay, say for example, let me bring this down here. Say this is the score in physics. Now I want to show also scores for chemistry, okay, and this is also out of 80. Now let's change it, let this be out of 60. So again I'll calculate, I'll let Excel decide. Excel calculate the percentage. All right, here we go. Now I have the score. I hope this is somewhat visible to all of you. So I had the score for physics. Now I want to add the scores for chemistry as well. Okay. So what I have done is when I click on the graph, it does show these two. Now I want to extend it. But I do not want this particular row. So what I can do, I will recreate this. So I have selected these three areas. This is showing over 100. Just a moment. I think I just made okay. So this is my data. Now I want to show two different scores. Okay. Now the blue one is physics and the brown one is chemistry. I want this graph to take a proper shape down here, so I will extend it a bit. I will bring it down. So now I am showing three different scores. I can add one more subject now. That is also allowed. Say I want to include maths or mathematics. Okay. Now this is also on a scale of 1 to 60. Again, I'll select the name, the percentage of physics, the percentage of chemistry, and percentage of math. You see, it automatically adds another one. Got it? So I can keep on adding. Now there's another way of showing another graph as well, which I will show that later. Now the same graph can be shown in different ways. Okay, so this is physics, chemistry, math. So it automatically it's picking up different styles. So I can change the style from here as well. I can change the color. I will talk about all this soon. I'm just trying to show you how powerful Excel is. So here, by click of a button, I changed how the bar should look like. I can create a different design. I can create a line design, or I can create a 3D design. I can change the way I want it depending on what my requirement is. Okay, so let's go forward. Let's quickly check what else we're going to talk about. So now we know how to open Microsoft Excel. You click on the start button or you type Excel. Now Microsoft Excel screen, this is how your entire screen will look like. Okay, let me make a quick change on this, just a moment. All right, so what you see on top, this entire thing is a toolbar. This is a ribbon menu and there is a quick access toolbar. Quick access toolbar basically means if I want to save, if I want to undo, that means if you have done a mistake you can undo and redo again. So that you can do from the quick access. This whole thing is what will be useful for you in terms of performing various functions. Got it? Now what you have here is the cell address. Now let me go back to the Excel sheet. The alphabet that you see, this is all the row address, the column address, and this is the row address. Wherever your cell is, for example right now my cell is here. This particular area which you see D4, this is basically, it's right here. I'm just moving my cursor, okay. Otherwise let me show you where it is, just a moment. Okay, you see this in the corner. So that is the cell address bar. Wherever my cursor is, it keeps changing. All right. If I want to go to a particular cell, if I know the address, I can type here directly. Say for example, I want to go to this particular cell which is 75%. So I know this is H6. If I am somewhere else, I don't know, but I know the cell address, I can just type H6, enter, it will take me there. So basically this is the cell address, okay, and whatever you are typing, it shows up here. This is like a preview. You can also expand it. It's helpful when you are typing a long text or when you are typing a long formula. That is when this is helpful. This particular button is to insert any kind of formula that you have, and the most powerful aspect of Excel is the formatting part, where you can decide what kind of formatting you want depending on the what value the cell has. This is something no other application has in terms of a functionality. Say for example, you have different information on different cells and it has to pick a different format. Let me give you an example. We just made a worksheet with scores. The system should automatically tell you when you're entering the scores. In case if the score is above 90%, automatically the cell should look green. If it's between 70 to 90%, it should be yellow. Below 7, it's red. That means the person has failed. So whatever you're entering the data, automatically the system will pick up. I will do that in detail, but Excel is capable of doing that and it's extremely helpful. For example, this particular cell, this particular sheet, let me copy that into a new sheet. This is only to help you. Now if I remove this, automatically it will turn 0 because Excel needs values. Whatever value I enter here, I need to ensure the value is lesser than 80 because my highest point is 80 here. Okay. So if I enter 80, automatically it will become 100 because I put a formula there. Now I am sending a report to someone. somebody else will enter the scores here. Okay, I can put a rule that the value cannot exceed 80. How do I do that? I will talk about it in the future, no doubt about it. But right now I'm talking about if Excel is capable of doing that function or not. All right, let's take a quick look at it, how to do that. So basically this particular cell, so I'm saying highlight the cell if it's greater than if it's greater than 90%, then the background should become green. Okay. So if I type 50 out of 80, it's 62%. If I type 75 out of 80, it's more than 90%, automatically turns green. Likewise, I can add another rule. If it's between, I am just adding a value here. If it's between 70% to 89.99%, the background should turn yellow. So let's try it now. If I say 68, automatically it turns yellow. I want to put one more rule. If it's less than 70%, the background should become, so I don't want to have a background here, I just want to say the font should become red. Now I want the same formula or the same formatting to apply to all the remaining cells. I can do that from here. So see, it automatically picked up 0 because it's less than 70%. Now let's add values. 58, 74. So automatically it picks the percentage based on what I have entered. So did you see that? Whatever value I am entering, it automatically picking up the formatting here because I put a conditional formatting. Another aspect is in terms of listing. Say for example, I am preparing a particular report or I'm creating a form for someone. Where the person is supposed to enter name, the person is supposed to enter academic year and stream. Now name can be anything, I cannot predefine, but I want to have a standard information. So academic year I want to have, I am collecting data for 3 years. What if the person enters, one person enters 2015-16, another person enters 2015 space dash 2016. Another person is entering the same information of 2015 and 16 but in different formats. So when you are collecting the data or collating the data, you will face a lot of difficulty because this is not standardized. For example, here one person says B Commerce, another person says BCom, one person says just arts, one person says science where the spelling is incorrect. So when you're collecting data, for example, if 20 students have selected science, everybody is entering science in different spelling, you will have those many variants. Obviously you don't want to do that. You want to give a drop down list on each of the cells so that they can pick the right information. How do we do that? It's possible. So I will talk about all this in detail. Right now I'm just trying to tell you what are the possibilities in terms of Excel. So first I want to give them the academic year. Okay. The moment now I have put a value here, so I want to paste it on the remaining ones. So whenever I move the cursor, it shows the drop down design, the drop down button here. So if I am entering a name, I can click here and I can get the values so that I can select. Anything beyond that the system will not take. For example, if I am typing 2013, it will not take, because I am supposed to pick only the data what has been defined. The same applies for the stream as well. And I want to paste it. So I will get only from these. Now it just says B and SC later because I made a mistake there. But basically the point that I am trying to make is you can create a predefined list. So that's how powerful Excel is. All right, let's go back and take a look. So these are active cells. This is a formula bar which I just show you where you enter the formula. Whenever you enter, it shows up. You have the scroll bar, the vertical and horizontal scroll bar. So this is the vertical scroll bar and this is the horizontal scroll bar. And whatever worksheets you have, that is also visible here. Okay. Now views, you have normal page, layout and page break view. Right now this is on normal. So I can have a page break. This is just to see when I am printing the document how it will look. This is something which we don't use. This is just before the printing is done. So we'll keep it as a normal view only. And this is the sheet tab. It shows how many worksheets you are using here. Okay. Now if you click here, it selects everything. For example, just a moment, let me go back. I have some data, I can select only these 2 cells, or I can select only these 6. I can select this entire row, or I can select this entire column also. But if I have data all around the sheet, I can click here, it will select everything. That is a select all or Control A, both are applicable. Okay. So Microsoft Excel 2007 has 8 standard ribbon tabs, which is Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formula, Data, Review, View and Add-ins, and an occasional contextual tab that shows up when you have a certain item selected. For example, if I am selecting, for example this is showing you a list of design aspects here, right. So when I select a particular information, extra ribbons will show up on top. Say for example, I am inserting a particular image. Okay. So I do not have any image right now. Let me quickly see if I can get an image. Say for example, I am selecting a particular design here. Okay. So I have this design. So when I double click, it will allow me to change the design aspect. For example, I made it transparent, obviously it's not going to be visible. I'm adding different shades here, okay. I can change the contrast. So what you see here in terms of format is showing up only because it's a picture tool, because I have selected an image. The moment I say escape, it will vanish. So that is what that particular point is trying to tell you. All right, insert ribbon. The insert ribbon allows you to insert common objects, chart, link, images and more. So this is the insert ribbon which you will see on your Excel. Okay. If you want to insert a graph like I showed you just now, if you want to insert a picture which you have saved in your system, if you want to insert a shape, a smart art, we learnt about the smart art in Word and PowerPoint. Any kind of insert function will come from the insert ribbon tab. Then comes the page layout ribbon. How you want the page to be visible? Should it have margin, the orientation in terms of portrait and basically the landscape and the portrait version? What should be the width? All that you can select from the page layout tab. Now this is the important one, the formula ribbon. Here you can automate a lot of information. For example, if you want to have an auto sum, if you want to access all the recently used formula, if you want to use only financial formula, you can also add date and time. You can calculate date and time. You can have a logical formula, or you can create your own formula if you want. All right. Then comes the data ribbon. Here you basically make all the changes that you need in terms of the data edits. For example, if you want to validate a data, if you want to group data, or if you want to sort data, if you want to filter the information. What do we mean by sorting? Say let me close this first. Say for example, you have this information right here. Okay, let me get rid of this particular design. Okay. So right now what I have is the score in a very random manner. I want the names to be on alphabetical way, alphabetical order. So I can select this, okay, and I say sort A to Z. So now it will come alphabetical. The moment I am changing, the scores will also change accordingly, because the score of Jack is 81.25%. If I am sorting it alphabetically, it's still 81.25. Everything else will change because I am sorting it this way. I can also sort it in terms of ascending and descending order of the score. Say for example, I say sort smallest to largest. Now since the score is directly corresponding to percentage, it will remain like this. Regardless I am sorting in this column or this column, doesn't make a difference. Now this score is lower to higher. I can change higher to lower as well. Got it? I can also filter information. I can put a filter here. Say for example, I have so many names, I want to pick only Mary. So I can directly do that here. All right. So all this functionality is possible, and that is what makes Excel so robust. So that's about the data ribbon, where you can sort, you can list it, you can sort, you can filter in information. You can also remove duplicates. For example, if you have data where multiple duplicate data is showing up, you can remove only those data which is showing up as duplicate. That is also possible. Let's go forward. Now review button. In review button, this is all about changes that you are making. and if any changes has to reflect if somebody is making any changes. It says the review button contains the proofing and reviewing tools. If you have a tablet PC, you can also mark up the spreadsheet with ink. You can change a different color. View, this is in terms of what you want to see. For example, if you want to see the formula bar or not, if you want to see the page review or what kind of page layout you want to see, if you want to see the grid line. Say for example, I have this Excel sheet. You see all this grid line. I don't want to see it, so I will uncheck. So now it will look like a blank document like Word, but it will still work like Excel. I don't really want to see the formula bar. The formula bar is gone. The moment I enter, it comes here. Let me expand this. Say I uncheck this formula bar, it will be gone. If I don't want heading, the heading will also go away. Heading basically means the column and the row addresses. Okay. So page layout, when I have page layout, only then the ruler will get activated. This is for printing purpose. You know what is the width of it, what is the length of your sheet. That's what you do in terms of the view option. Okay. Now you will be using mouse as well as keyboard. Now the design of the mouse cursor will change depending where you are. That is how powerful they have made it. So I will talk about all this soon. We'll take a quick break. Today we'll only speak about Excel. So we'll take a quick break. I'll see you back at 3 o'clock, and I will continue with more functions available in Excel. Once that is done, we will look at a lot of practical orientation. All right. I'll see you at 3. Thank you so much.